Hello, and thank you for joining us here in person, or on Herald-Tribune.com. I'm Tom Tryon. I'm the opinion editor of the Herald-Tribune. This is a special edition of HT Studio, recorded as part of our 90th anniversary. Now today we welcome to the HT Plaza some special friends from the Perlman Music Program. But first, on behalf of the Herald-Tribune, I'd like to thank the Perlman Board of Directors and staff, especially Executive Director Elizabeth Powers and Development Director Margaret Ann Behrens, who made this concert happen. Now, our music makers today are two alums of the Perlman Music Program, Suncoast. These artists have returned to Sarasota for a special performance Saturday as part of the Perlman Music Program Alumni Concert at the Sarasota Opera House. So you're probably wondering what piece I'll be playing for you today. Actually, they'll tell you, so please, after this truck passes, join me in welcoming our guests, violist Molly Carr and pianist Yannick Rafali Manana. Thank you.
So good afternoon, welcome. We're thrilled to be here from New York. It's always so wonderful to come to sunny Florida, even if it is just a little bit warm today. So we have a program for you that is actually an abridged version of Romeo and Juliet, the ballet. So I'd like to welcome you to the New York and Berlin ballet. So if you can imagine, you're sitting back in a nice, beautiful velvet red seat. There's a red curtain in front of you, and you hear the orchestra take off on the introduction of Romeo and Juliet. So now that beautiful red curtain comes up and you're introduced to a scene where it's a beautiful old town of Verona, and you learn of decades-long feud between two families. One is called the Montagues, and the other is the Capulets. And they've been fighting for so long and causing so many disturbances that the Prince of Verona says, enough, if there's any more fights, you will be killed. So that's the background we learned. Now we're introduced to Romeo, who's sitting here on stage pining for someone named Rosalind. And he's just absolutely thinks he's absolutely in love with her, and she really doesn't want much to do with him. So that's the background so far. We know Romeo so far, and the next piece we're going to play for you is this town of Verona slowly waking up. Now as we play this next piece for you, you can hear, it's pretty cool. You hear like the baker walking through the town whistling, then you hear the chimney sweep then whistling back, and you hear all these different people whistling the same tune. And then as it ends, Prokofiev, who wrote the music, gives this beautiful bright chord, but in that chord, you listen for it at the end, there's one note that is really off, and that's my note. And that goes to show you that Prokofiev knows what's going on. It looks like a great, happy town, that everything's going to be fine, but don't forget, it's a tragedy. So, this is the La Rue se réveille. We continue on in the ballet, and we discover that there's someone named Juliet, who is the daughter of the father Capulet. And the father Capulet has decided that he wants to put on a big ball for all of the town so that one man named Paris can come and start to court his daughter Juliet. So Romeo learns that his true love, Rosalind, is going to be at the ball. And so he decides that he's going to disguise himself and take two of his best friends. One of them is an important guy named Mercutio, and they slip into the ball unbeknownst to the Capulets. And he is very busily, Romeo is very busily trying to flirt with Rosalind until suddenly he notices someone very beautiful dancing. Her name is Juliet. So what you hear in this next piece, which is called Dance of the Knights, is all of the knights of the Capulet family showing their very strong dance, showing all their bravado and strength, and you don't want to mess with them. And then in the middle, Juliet is forced to dance with Paris, her suitor. She's not really into it, but she's doing it because her parents want her to. So you hear her dancing. Yeah. You hear her dancing kind of not wholeheartedly. Because she's not so into it, then the knights take over again, and you hear them dance again from the beginning. From right, so you hear them dance away, and then Paris and Juliet give it another shot. So they dance again, but then Romeo this time notices Juliet. And you hear in this dance this time, there's a kind of a weird, little bit creepy undertone to everything that's going on. And that's because Romeo has lost his heart. He sees her, she doesn't see him yet though. So you hear this. And then you hear, as it keeps getting a little more unsettled and more unsettled, then suddenly Juliet turns and comes face to face with Romeo, and that's it. They're in love. It's done. And you hear this moment right after I do some creepy panicello. So, you know what it is? Okay, we'll do just like, yeah, one next to you. Then she can't dance anymore. She's lost in his eyes, and so the knights take over again and end the dance. So this is Danse des Chevaliers. Danse des Chevaliers. Chevaliers.